Shit, I'm about to go wait in this place when you dropping the bass in. The beat is at the streets of awaken. I'm making to break my foot off of somebody's ass. I'm waiting for someone to say my name so I can annihilate them. Okay, then everyone was screaming the rape when I was kicking at the gate till it caved in. Barely scraping by, but now I'm paid. Look at the paper I raked and I'm caking like Jay-Z and Drake. And I hate when people say that I ain't killing shit. The game is my playpen. I punch you in the face and then breaking your break bands. I'm far from Hollywood. I'm posted up at the days in. Even though the industry say I'm the latest sensation. Drop the stuff at the war show. Becoming complacent. Mama saw me on TV with just a woman in the basement. You a Captain Saber, who you just be the cake pin. I fuck your baby mama in the ass of the bake pin.
But if y'all want to go on a side quest, we can go on a side quest, because I was having debates about Andrew Tate talking with Bonnie Blue. And I am curious, if he have a father, wouldn't we also have a mother? Okay. If I just had to put Corey, on game over here about who Bonnie Blue is, right? She's the woman that slept with like over 1,000 men in 24 hours. And listening to her and Andrew Tate, like, and I've had conversations with women about how, like, feminism, they're happy that they get to vote, they get to do all this stuff, they get choice. And it's funny because at the same time, they'll talk about how disgusting Bonnie Blue is, because she has slept with over 1,000 men in 24 hours. And her goal is to sleep with her goal is to sleep with over 10,000 men. And it's like, you can't really judge her, right?
Why can't
Are you, I'll get to that, right? I get to that. Why can't, Corey wants to know why can't he judge her? Well, one, it's not our place to judge people. So not our place.
So we have common ground so far.
Also, do you co-sign how our society is right now, with women having choice and men shouldn't have say so over them, and they get to do whatever they want to do because it's their body, their choice, their mind. They get free will to do whatever they want. They know they don't have to follow what men say. Do you agree with that too, Corey?
I agree with that.
Boom.
Everybody to be their own people.
Yep, there you go.
So you established two facts that I'm in agreement with. So now I feel that we can actually have a sustainable conversation because we agree on two facts right now.
Those two facts are everything of why it's okay that she's doing it.
Oh yeah, that's what she wants to do.
Yeah, she's making money from it. And the funny thing is, like, of course, when you hear her and Andrew Tate talking, and Andrew's on her side, he was like, yeah. He's like, yeah. This is the result of feminism. This is a direct result.
I can see that.
Because if you can't say that you want things to be this way and then get mad that things are this way. You wanted free spirit. You wanted to be able to do what you wanted with your body. You wanted all this stuff, right? You wanted men to have no say-so over you. Dad shouldn't be this harsh. It shouldn't go from the woman shouldn't go from the dad to the significant other. Women are allowed to be independent and be single and do what they want. Well, hey, you have a woman who's literally living that life. And it's funny because how many women do we know? Well, I don't know any guys that married a virgin. Don't even worry about it. Big up. Like, sometimes you just gotta move past what someone's saying.
What you even talking about?
I'll see you in the Maury show. Hey, now I ain't gonna be on the Maury show. Come on now. But
talking to cereal.
But oh wait, if a woman is gonna baby trap me, she's gonna listen to me and what I tell her. I mean, you say that, but it's not gonna work that way. Chico, what up? So T-Mac, my Dixie wrecked. But like seriously, if we're gonna live in a society where, man, I'm way off topic now. If I went completely off base, but if we're gonna live in a society, right, where it's okay for people to move a certain way, how we gonna be mad at it and get and say we're disgusted by it? Now, people, I still don't believe people should judge, right? But if society was set up back in the day, you always had the brothels, you always had the concubines, you always had the women that lived that way, right? But it was behind the scenes, right? Society has just decided that we're okay with it being up front. If we're okay with it being up front, then this is exactly where it's going to go. This woman has made millions of dollars now sleeping with men.
And got publicity for it.
And tons of publicity.
So that's all that you want. And I'm happy for you.
Yeah, she said she's talked about it. She's like, she called herself a hoe. She's okay with that. But there's always women that's been okay with it. She even says she was like, she's like, I'm a porn star. I don't understand women getting into porn. And then years later talking about, oh, this industry used me and they treated me this way and and they play the victim. She was like, you chose this. You chose this life. The more we judge, the better the world will be. See, I don't think so. Because if you're a religious person, it says not to judge. We're not the judge. I think that's actually, the more people judge, the more it pushes people to go push the boundaries. Like, we all got a pass, right? If I was seeing a girl and her dad was really strict, oh, I knew she was going. Because they weren't willing to have, they would be so strict. Oh, wait, T-Mac, wait. I may not repeat anything that T-Mac is saying. T-Mac is on something else. But like if the dad was strict, and when I say strict but not communicating properly, right? And those were the ones that were typically wanting to experiment. Judge not that you be not judged. Yeah, exactly. I am a firm believer that it's not our place to judge, right? Because here, I'll find a way to tie them both in. For the first half of the show, I was talking about fighters, right? People think we're dumb for fighting. Oh, you're ruining your brain. You're getting concussions. You're doing this. And a fighter lost his life, and it was tragic. That's not your place to judge, right? Not your place to judge. I'm not judging them. It's not my job to judge what a woman does. What is it? Wait, what did death team say? That's why we are where we are, because of acceptance. No. We are where we are. Maybe a little bit of acceptance, but what I would say is we wanted to live in a different societal world where women got more say so. It is what it is. We should be able to do what we live for and judge no one. Yeah, exactly. So because women want, but like, look, you have a choice. That's the crazy thing. You have a choice. we shouldn't judge someone based on their choice. Where we messed up, in my eyes, is that we made societal rules. We decided that society and religion should be separate, and that's okay. I shouldn't be able to hear any women talk down about Bonnie Blue unless you're a woman that doesn't want to vote. You're a woman that wants to basically be a woman that lives on traditional values. Right? Does that not compute? I hope that makes sense to everybody. What you think about that, Corey?
I'm about to type it in right now.
Oh man, you're about to go into something else. Because the coach that I was talking about, Coach Brian, if you guys are in Kansas City or you ever, am I doing an interview? I do interviews, but I knew I wasn't going to be in the right mind frame to interview anybody today after this weekend. DM me if you're trying to be interviewed. I consider people. So he that is without sin among you, let him first cast a stone at her. Yeah, there you go. So I was talking with Coach Brian, who owns and coaches at the gym called Low Kick Muay Thai in Kansas City. Beautiful coach, beautiful man. And he came over and we're talking before the event even starts Thursday morning. We have a 45-minute conversation about God and the Bible. And his dad was a preacher, and he talked about for 40, close to 40 years or something like that, he's been thinking this one way. And for the last 5 years or so, his mind's been blown speaking with the pastor at his church that he goes to now. And he was breaking down scriptures and Adam and living in sin, and we're all born sinful. Really think about that. We're all born sinful. We have to make a choice, right, to be saved. And the way it's funny because the way he broke down baptism, he said his preacher was look, you guys can look out the door right across the street. The water company's right over there. So the water I'm about to baptize you in is that water. He's like, this isn't he really broke it down. And the way he broke everything down was so dope. And you make the choice to stand with God. You make the choice to talk to God. You make the choice to believe in God. And then when you pray, he hears your prayers. When you ask for forgiveness, you could be forgiven. He was like, and then we got talking about coaching, right? He was talking about coaching, how we don't coach for belts. We're coaching these people to be better, and how we because me and him both tie in God into our teaching. I don't tell everybody you got to believe in God. I just know I believe in God. And so I'll say whatever you believe in, but I believe in God. And I talk about this stuff. And we're helping so many individuals do better in life. And so, or help them reach their goals in life. And it's our calling from God. And when our time comes, it's not about the money that we have and all this. It's about the the acts that we've done in service of others, essentially, how have we bettered other people? How have we done something to help other people? And I talk about all that because it's not our place to judge. And like that team, see, I don't believe in religion. I believe in morality and being the best person you can be. I challenge you then. What are your morals based on if they're not based on a belief in something, right? Facts. Have you made life easier for your family or the community, the measure of a man? Exactly, Carl. So when I have a conversation with people about someone like Bonnie Blue, right? Not my place to judge her. She's doing what society has now allowed her to do. Society's made it okay for women to move that way. And I love the interviewer that's got him, Andrew Tate and Bonnie Blue right there. He asked Andrew, he was like, well, what if this was your daughter? And he was like, that's impossible. It'll never be my daughter. Never happened. He was like, yeah, but it could. He's like, no, it can't. And I understand what Andrew's saying because I have a daughter, right? My daughter's 21. She would never in her life do that. I'm not judging Bonnie Blue for her actions. She's open. She's honest about it. She's doing what I believe a lot of women do anyway. I believe a lot of women sleep with men and do it on the. I mean, I've walked into places and they're hooking up with a guy right there in a club, behind the club, in a bar, in the bathroom, in the back of a car. They just met the guy. They got a guy to pay for. They had a guy pay for a couple drinks. Bonnie does it and she's getting paid millions of dollars, right? Between social media, marketing, people paying for her OnlyFans, like she's making bank, right? So it is what it is. My daughter wouldn't live that because I've instilled the values that I believe in into her. Right or wrong, these are my values. And these values are based on my moral and my moral compass, right? But I'm not going to judge someone for doing it. Like, and it's funny to me, the amount of, like, why would women judge her? How is that any? Okay, Corey, maybe you could give me this.
Okay.
Wait, have to say a lot of that behavior comes from past trauma, just not on a whim. But see, you might be right, Ms. TT, you might be right. Bonnie Blue, I don't know much about her. I don't know much about her past, so I don't know if her trauma, I don't know her trauma. I don't know what it's based in. But isn't that the point, though? We've made it okay for women to just run the show. Single moms, single households. You don't need a man. So where's the protection coming from? Not saying something messed up couldn't happen, even if there were parents there and a father there. I do know the percentages reduce. Just saying. What up? Good morning. Ooh. I believe I'm gonna be having a conversation with a woman about that on her show coming up on Thursday. Ooh, that should be interesting. I do believe yeah, I believe there needs to be a balance, right? Yeah, facts. Miss TT said, I work with childhood essay, so on social media, you can't always say the word, but essay, VIX, and they grow up to be very impulsive and lots of low self-esteem. Exactly. I mean, I understand that. I've talked about it on here, how I suffered from that. And honestly, I use that would make me feel like I'm the man going around and sleeping with women. Don't get it twisted. I understand it. What I will say is that depending on your beliefs, right? If you just go, it's in our makeup to go around getting women pregnant. Because the lowest number of women I can get pregnant in a year is 365. I can get 365 women pregnant in a year. And that's the lowest number, right? That's the lowest number if I'm doing it every day with a new woman. So you say, yeah, we've evolved past this, yeah. But I'm saying, right, that is, are you okay with how we've evolved, right? Because then there should be no judgment on a woman like Bonnie Blue. Young Flo said you should have as many kids as you have.
No.
So all I'm saying is we can't be harsh on Bonnie Blue if we're okay with where society is. That's a lot. Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to do all that. I've grown up a lot since then. If you make more and more, you keep the same mentality, still be poor. Yeah, of course. Yeah, Miss TT. Miss TT says no justification yet. I call it a roadmap. Every behavior has an origin. I feel you. She said in 5 years, she's not going to be screaming victim on this stuff. And that's some of the problem too. Like, you can't choose this life and then later say, I was a victim to this life. No, you made the choices. Accept that you made those choices and be okay with that. Just be okay that you made those choices. Because you made millions of dollars from those choices. So it's crazy to me. But women judge her. I don't know. I have yet to meet a woman that said, I have yet to meet a woman that was like, go Bonnie Blue. Choice her, you think so? I mean, at some point though, it's a choice, right? Because at some point I had to make a choice that was different from the conditioning. More money, more problems. I mean, yeah. So Miss TT said, you think so, choice or conditioning? So I suffered from being assaulted, being raped in my own household. At some point, though, you have to take ownership of yourself. At some point, you got to look at these are my actions. You can't be in your late 20s. You can't be in your 30s. Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. Yeah, it was a crazy interview. But super dope because left up to our devices is a very true quote. Yeah. Like at some point you have to, we don't care about your opinion. Dope. I don't know if did I share an opinion? I guess my opinion was stop judging her. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. She is doing out in the open what a lot of people do. So I'm saying if you're a woman and you judge her, are you really all about women being free with their bodies? Are you really okay with woman's choice? It's a weird situation, right? I'm okay, right? I understand that as my right to own a gun and being okay living in a country that they own guns, shootings are going to happen. You don't want shootings to happen as often. You got to remove the guns. Right? Exactly, Miss TT. Not our place to judge. Like, if I wasn't okay with running my own business and making money and creating wealth, I couldn't live in it. Like, I would have to go somewhere else, right? I said that wrong. But my point is I have to be okay with the good side and the bad side of decisions. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, so Miss Titi, she's not gonna judge someone like Bonnie. Who cares that she slept with 1,057 men in 24 hours? Hey, she set a new record. Corey's stuck on a number. He can't believe it. Hey, freedom of choice, right? Exactly. Judge the system. Yeah. Like I told my daughter right off the jump, men are going to look at you like this. They're going to try to do this. They're trying to get with you all the time. Understand it.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
What's up?
God would not judge her. God would not judge.
Andrew said, I'm not sure. Well, Young Flo said,
How God
yeah.
would judge
Andrew said, I'm not sure how God would judge her, but perhaps judge the system that made her that way. Exactly.
But hasn't God put out a simple guideline
Yes.
of what God is looking for? And if you fall outside that guideline, wouldn't God take a position on
Yeah, but that's what I think that's what he's saying though. He's saying the system went outside those guidelines.
What system?
The entire societal system. The entire structure, right? The entire structure and system decided to not live by God's words. That's okay.
Yeah,
Because you wouldn't have a feminist movement by the structure of the Bible.
No, you would not.
So
but
now
you're still making a conscious choice to not follow the rules of the Bible, to follow the rules of the system.
Exactly.
And so you could possibly be punished.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but Andrew's saying basically what he's saying is he doesn't know how God would judge her.
I say God's put out the doctrine of what God's looking for.
Yeah, but it's not. He's basically saying he doesn't. She's living by her truth and she's open. And here's the thing: if God can forgive someone of murder, right?
You gotta ask for repentance.
Yeah, of course. So maybe one day she'll ask for forgiveness from God, but she's not going to ask for forgiveness from another soul, which is facts, which is what makes her different. Because she's even talking about women who like the Shannon Sharp situation, right? Where this woman's getting paid to sleep. Shannon's paying this woman, taking care of her, doing things, and now she's screaming a different message.
Yeah.
Right? Like now you're playing the victim, but you weren't the victim here. Now you're playing a victim. And so it is what it is. Now, who's Shalia? Not okay for me. So I'm is Shalia, are you saying that you're not on board with you don't co-sign with Bonnie Blue sleeping with 1,057 men? You don't co-sign that? Man, this is not happy with us, yo.
And it's only on TikTok because you're fine on the other platform.
They're trying to shut us down. So, like, if you're judging it, only God can judge us. And even though we know morality, what she's doing is not right. I mean, it's not right for us, right? It's not right for us. It's not how my daughter would be. Like I said, my daughter's 21. The man she's with, she fully intends on marrying. The only man she's been with. Like, I run a pretty traditional household. I raised her understanding how men think, how men operate, move this way.
I'm gonna type in the thing from
Matthew 6:34.
Yeah, so it says,
Therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself.
Yep.
Yeah. Each day has enough trouble. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, hit enter on that one. So yeah, Matthew 6:34. Therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. Yeah. Tell us how men think and move. I'm trying to take some notes. Oh, I just basically told my daughter this. I was like, hey, as you get older, understand that men are going to want to sleep with you, right? And everything they do and every move they make is for that. Even if they don't know it. Especially in middle school and high school and college. Like, come on. You don't need a man. You need me. I'm dad. I'm here. I'm the man you need right now. One day, you won't need me. You're going to want another man. You're going to go from me taking care of you to him taking care of you. Right? And that's how that's going to go. And then telling her that she's smart, telling her that she's intelligent, telling her that she can do the things that she wants to do. And then reaffirming to her when she did get a boyfriend, let him open the car door, let him carry your stuff. And like just talking to her. In some ways, it depends on the age of the man. I will say that. So my daughter got school like really early. There we go. They finally gave us a puzzle piece. Like, so I was just letting my daughter know kind of what it is. And so my daughter's had the same boyfriend since she was like 14. They live together. I've reiterated the point to him that I believe they should be getting married because he wants to wait until he's got all this money. And I'm like, no, build it together. You're living together already. Like, you should be getting married. And that's do that. And so I can't make them do it. My daughter wants to get married, and he's talked about it. He's looked at rings and stuff. So, and he's young. He's 22, but they're young according to society, what society says now. To me, they've lived their life a certain way because of how at least my daughter was raised. He believes in God as well. So it's like I've told him, I'm like, you're living in sin. Get married. You're already taking on the responsibility of taking care of my daughter, right? Marry her. So will you tell her to leave him if he doesn't comply? No, because that's not my place as a dad. If I tell her to leave him, right, she's not going to talk to me. And right now, and pretty much the whole time, my daughter's been pretty open with me. And the thing is, this young man's a great young man, and he's one of my fighters. He's a really good young man. And so respectful, doing his job. He works a job he doesn't like as he's building his MMA career. So, like, I love this kid. He's a son. So, but I want him to marry my daughter for sure. Because of those things. Like because I look at him a certain way, because I trust him to be the man in my daughter's life. What would you do if my daughter, man? My daughter would get a foot in her ass. What would you do if your daughter called you to cover for her because she's out with someone else and she told him that she was with you? Would you cover or tell him? I wouldn't do either. I would give her a swift kick in the ass and say, get the hell home and end that relationship. The beauty of it is, though, my daughter wouldn't do that. My daughter she values herself in such a way, she wouldn't just be with someone just to be with someone. Like, some dude couldn't talk the panties off my daughter. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no amount of game, there's no amount of money, there's no amount of fame they can offer her to talk the panties off of her. Her dad lived a cool life. Her uncle is a pretty dope music producer. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing that a guy can do that's gonna, like, do that. What if your son instead of a daughter? No, I would tell him just be straight up with the girl, yo. Just tell Shorty, like, hey, I'm about to dip out with another girl. If you're here when I get back, you're here. If you're not, you're not. Look at my baby girl. My daughter just chimed in on lunch break and just saw this. You are right, Dad. Love you. Yeah, like, my daughter was raised very traditional. Very, very traditional.
With all these hypotheticals.
Is he trying to blow up and find another girl? No, he's just young, and, like, I get it. Men, we want to be able to have. We want to be able to provide for people. The thing is that when we think provision, especially in this society, we think financial. He's already providing emotional stability. He's providing some financial stability. He's providing comfort and mental stability. He wants to be able to, because my daughter doesn't want to work. She just wants to stay at home and take care of the kids. He can't give that to her yet. So I feel like young couples rush into marriage, though. Yeah, young if they haven't been together for a while. They live together. They've been together. Like, they've gone on trips together. Like, yeah, they're living a married life now. Like, the only thing that they have to add is a kid. Like, and I don't care how old you are. You're going to learn on the job on that one. So it is what it is. But man, it was nice to have another real conversation. And I know we sort of went all over the place a little bit. I thank y'all for rocking with me. Appreciate it. Again, say a prayer for Chicago Muay Thai, for their fighter that they lost this weekend. Remember, life is precious. And there's lots of dads like me out there. My whole clique is dads like we only know how to run one way. We're not perfect, but we know how to be a dad. No, I do not. Jojo, I don't know Andre. But say a prayer. Say a prayer for Chicago Muay Thai. Remember, life is short. Live it to the fullest. Remember, you control you. Keep from judging others. Focus on yourself, improving yourself and your family. We keep it pushing. Thank you for supporting. Make sure you like, you follow, comment, all that good stuff. Till next time. Deuces, we out. Peace.
Shit, I'm about to go wait in this place when you dropping the bass in. The beat inside the streets of awaken. I'm making to break my foot off of somebody's ass. I'm waiting for someone to say my name so I can annihilate them. Okay, then everyone was screaming the rape when I was kicking at the gate till it caved in. Belly scraping by, but now I'm paid. Look at the paper I break and I'm caking like Jay-Z and Drake. And I hate when people say that I ain't killing shit. The game is my playpen. I punch you in the face and end up breaking your break bands. I'm far from Hollywood. I'm posted up at the Days Inn. Even though the industry say I'm the latest sensation. Drop the stuff at the board show. They're coming complacent. Mama saw me on TV with just a bum in the basement. You a Captain Saber, ho. You just be tucking the cake in. I fuck your baby mama in the